Sabrina, girl, I love you, but get off the fucking ground. In 2025, girl, you're serving Monica Lewinsky.
Called a man's best friend, like in reference to her being a dog,
is not ironic. It is not satirical. It is tone deaf.
I hate to say it, but the concept of the new Sabrina album disgusts me. Go ahead and argue, because I know how much y'all love to. We were made for more than animalistic degradation, and I refuse to accept that there is anything femininely dignified about what I'm looking at. This is what people are saying about the new Sabrina Carpenter album cover. She is kneeling. She's on both knees, about to, suck. And she is looking up at a man, and she looks happy. So everybody's saying that it's not ironic when you're saying that you are a dog. A man's best friend is a dog, and she's kneeling, about to, suck up. Honestly, to me,
her latest TikTok that said I almost couldn't recognize her with her pants on. If you want to call this cover satirical or ironic, I'm gonna force you to look at the definition of satire: the use of humor, irony, exaggeration, or ridicule to expose and criticize people's stupidity or vices. Is this humorous to y'all? Is this tee ha ha funny humor? Maybe I'm a buzzkill. I don't know. Is it funny to y'all? Do you consider this exaggeration while men literally call us bitches and refuse to humanize us? Do you think this is an exaggeration of that? Or is it like a one-to-one symbolism of it? I mean, it's pretty ridiculing of herself. Now I'm gonna force you to look at the definition of irony: the expression of one's meaning by using language that normally signifies the opposite. So, is this the opposite of the status quo, of the norm, of men calling us bitches? Is this the opposite, or is it a direct symbolic imagery?
it's not that we don't understand what she's trying to do. It's that the image is so absurd and explicitly degrading. It takes away from any girl power anthem she puts on the album. Doing something ironically is still doing it, and the men who like it are gonna love it regardless if it's satire or not. Like, it's called Man-Child, but she's the one crawling on the ground. It's good, but it's 2025. We need to stand up.
I hate to say it because I love Sabrina, but this cover, it gets to a point I find it to be a little too salacious, a little too, and I hate to say it, male gazy, and not male gazy.
Everyone's saying it's satire, but the thing with satire is that in order for it to be effective, it has to be distinguishable from the thing it's intending to criticize. Why is she promoting women being seen as servants to men? I know it's supposed to be ironic, but it would have ate so hard with the roles reversed. Well, Sabrina has always put out music that goes against men, and even her last song is called Man-Child. So she's always been against men, and for the girls, so that's why a lot of people don't understand why people would think that she's not doing satire for this album, because of the way that she always doesn't like men, always said something negative about them in all of her songs.
Do you like this one? Oh my god, she's doing the Eiffel Tower with two of her dancers! I love it! Well, if you like that, you're gonna love my new album cover. Do you like it? Yes, but why don't you just release a bar of soap with your bathwater, you giant disappointment? You were just at my show. It's a bit. Do you not get the bit? Oh, I get the bit. I get the bit. Oh, honey, I don't think you do. Well, if the album title, Man's Best Friend, doesn't explain it, then yes, because my lyrics are so supportive of men.
Concept of being a man hater, yet making your album cover a pic of you getting on your knees for a man while he grips your hair in a degrading manner is excellent satire. Not realizing that the cover is supposed to be how men see and treat women instead of humans, hence man's best friend. Sabrina has always had lyrics that make men look dumb, just like her new single Man-Child, and here are her previous lyrics. I know you're not the sharpest tool in the shed. Don't think you understand. Just because you talk like one doesn't make you a man. This boy doesn't even know the difference between there and they are. The good ones are deceased or taken. I'll just keep on moaning and bitching. The Lord forgot my gay awakening. Sabrina has also recently changed her aesthetic to a Lolita aesthetic, and that is this movie that was about a 14-year-old girl being subjected to an old man. Like, this old man would stare at her. This pedo would literally be in love with her and pursue her in this movie. So basically, people are saying that Sabrina is supporting this because she is also taking inspiration from that movie and doing stuff from the movie.
At first, I thought Sabrina Carpenter's constant nods to the 1950s was cute, but now I'm a little bit concerned because, girl, why did we reference Lolita in the last music video? And now the album art is looking like an ad from the 1950s that are like, women need to know their place. But she has a new album cover, and it's even her profile photo now, of a man like dragging her by her hair. Is that the right way to say it? And then the album, I guess, is called A Man's Best Friend, like in reference to her being a dog. I am much more offended by this than I am by Sydney Sweeney selling her bathwater. Like, that's on the scale of offensive or to most offensive. Sydney Sweeney's down here and Sabrina Carpenter referencing problematic 1950s references and implying that she's a dog is much more offensive to me.
The artist never wanted any of this. He wanted to show the horror and manipulation and betrayal that comes from even family, which he experienced as a child. It sucks to see how it's become so fetishized when it's supposed to have the opposite of impact. For perspective, we all just saw the reality of a woman being dragged by her hair in the Diddy Hotel video. I don't find it funny, quirky, or cute, TBH. It's just really weird considering the political climate. Like, read the room. Satire, where, how, of what? So Sabrina actually responded to all of the Lolita backlash, and she said, "I've never seen this movie. It's never been on my mood board and never would be." It seems like she really wants all this Lolita rumors to stop, because it's honestly one of the worst rumors to be out there. Sabrina recently sat down for an interview with Rolling Stones about her new album, and she says, "It's always so funny to me when people complain. They're like, all she does is sing about this, but those are the songs that you've made popular. Clearly you love sex. You're obsessed with it. It's in my show. There's so many more moments than the Juno positions. But those are the ones you post every night and comment on. I can't control that. If you come to my show, you'll also hear the ballads. You'll hear the more introspective numbers. I find irony and humor in all of that because it seems to be a recurring theme. I'm not upset about it, other than I feel mad pressure to be funny sometimes. I don't want to be pessimistic, but I truly feel like I've never lived in a time where women have been picked apart more and scrutinized in every capacity. I'm not just talking about me, I'm talking about every female artist. We're in such a weird time where you would think it's girl power and women supporting women, but in reality, the second you see a picture of someone wearing a dress on a carpet, you have to say everything mean about it in the first 30 seconds that you see it. So when WAP came out, people didn't really care. They were like, oh yeah, like, we need to let women speak about their sexuality openly and have, just like men have for decades. The conservatives are the ones that didn't like it. The conservatives are the ones that hated WAP. Even Ben Shapiro, remember, like, he was singing the lyrics. And everyone hated WAP. Like, all of the conservatives. But everybody else, you know, the LGBTQ community and the girlies, we were all like, oh yeah, we love it. Like, you know, express your sexuality, girl. Now that Sabrina comes out with this, and it's not even that bad, she's literally not even naked. She is fully clothed, looking up at a guy, and having her hair pulled. I definitely think that we need to let her express her sexuality how she wants. And I definitely think people are even more mad because it's Pride Month. So Sabrina has just recently responded to all the backlash about her new album, Man's Best Friend. She just posted, "I signed some copies of Man's Best Friend for you guys, and here is a new alternate cover approved by God, available now on my website." She said approved by God. She's really not having it anymore. She's so done with us. it just looks like she was like, here, damn. The new cover is still pretty male gazy, but if you really think about it, her song that's going to be in that album, Manchild, is pretty against men. So if you really think about it, this cover is really expressing her sexuality in a way, because like it or not, Sabrina is straight. You know, at the end of the day, she's gonna want to be with a man, and that's all she's talking about in her music. You know, she probably has a whole album talking about how Barry is incompetent. So the fact that her album probably centers men, this album cover does make sense. So you could say that Sabrina is playing into the male fantasy, while at the same time calling them a man-child. Anyways, let me know what you guys think, and do you think Sabrina is in the wrong here? Or is it actually just satire? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Love y'all.